Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs Show. Happy Friday morning. I hope we're okay. I hope we're all right. I hope we're looking forward to a good weekend. Whatever you're up to this weekend, enjoy it and be safe. In this video, though, we are previewing, obviously, the big game on Sunday, Ipswich Town at home. We're talking about the game, and I'm really looking forward to this preview, maybe more than most, because I actually quite enjoy talking about teams Premier League wise that I haven't done a preview for before. So I'm really looking forward to this Ipswich Town one. There's some really good stuff about this, and I think there's some good stuff to sort of get your teeth into. I want to say if you're watching this, you know, subscribe. Very much join us for the journey. Had a bit of an uptick recently of new people subscribing. So if you are one of those new people and you haven't told me that you knew, you're still welcome, and thank you for subscribing. Morning Spurs, morning Dan, big word needed. Morning Sonia, Gonzo, how are we? Evening all. Evening. Afternoon. Well. Morning, Polly. There we go. Morning. And more adventurous. How are we? How are we? Right. Ipswich Town. Okay. So obviously new into the Premier League for the first time in a long time. Coming up from the Championship last year. Having a really great season last year in the Championship. You know, no one expected them to come straight up, and they did. Nobody would have expected them to get automatic promotion, and they did. They're a team that can surprise you is the key message behind that. Now, this season, ironically, they haven't actually won a game this season. They're the one of two teams that have not won a game this season. They played 10. They've obviously won none, as you can expect, I've just said. They've drawn 5 and lost 5. So actually, I mean, looking at it, and you look at the table this year, if it wasn't for us losing to Crystal Palace, they'd be actually outside the relegation battle. So apologies, that's our fault. We gave Palace the win. So had we not, then obviously Ipswich Town would have been outside the relegation zone. So this season, having, like I said, playing 10, drawn 5, lost 5, 10 goals scored and 21 conceded. So a minus 11 goal difference. Obviously for Spurs, played 10, scored 22, conceded 11. So we've got a plus 11 goal difference. So we're a 22 goal swing, which is quite a lot already this season. Now, obviously, Spurs top goal scorers in the Premier League so far this season. You wouldn't believe it listening to some people. Ipswich are the second worst defence this season. Only Wolves have conceded more than them. So for me, I think putting 2 and 2 together and 2 and 2 equals 4, you should go into this game. We should be expecting to win and win by at least a few. Now, that's always a dangerous situation to be in. Do you turn up? Do you play to the level that you should play at, and make sure that you sort of put your foot on their neck and keep it there? Now, Man City, when they play, I remember watching them against Man City earlier on this season. Now, I think lost 4-1, but they did take the lead, Ipswich. And they took the lead, and you could tell Man City had rocked up to kind of go, you know, it's Ipswich Town, we'll beat them, you know, 6-0, blah, blah, blah. And Ipswich Town scored. You could see Manchester City go, hold on a second. That wasn't in the script. And then Man City obviously did what Man City do. But I also watched Man City at Southampton and struggled to win that game. And this isn't a dig at Man City, because Man City, in my opinion, are probably the best team in the world. If not top 2, 3, at worst 3, right? So we've got to take them seriously. Have to take Ipswich Town seriously. And I was looking this season at some of their stats. You know, it's quite interesting, obviously, having the fact they conceded 2 a game. They've scored 1 a game. But I was looking at it, and it was the fact that in terms of saves, they basically make 4 saves a game. So you're looking at the fact that they do give up chances. You know, 90 interceptions, 251 clearances, 144 headed clearances. You know, in terms of aerial battles and duels won, they've won 625. So they win quite a lot. So in terms of, I think, in the air, I think they're going to cause some issues. You know, offensively or defensively, they're going to cause some issues. We're okay Sunday, all good for Sunday. My brother worked as a physio for the Tractor Boys. George Cooper is his name. Well, there you go. That's pretty damn cool, Polly. Don't say that they haven't won this season. Literally perfect timing by Dragon to say paging Dr. Tottenham. Hey, Christian, mate, how are you? Think Solanke will be on fire. We need to take him seriously. Being conservative, 10-0 us. Well, Gonzo, we'll get to the goal. We'll get to scoreline predictions in a minute. Hey, Donna, how are you? So look, they give up chances. They're going to give you opportunities, okay? I mean, they averaged like 2 offsides a game, which is a bit bonkers. They averaged nearly 3 yellow cards a game. They average a sending off every 5 games. You know, they commit about 7 fouls a game. So you get the idea what they have. Obviously, this season, top goal scorer Liam Delap. We've talked about him on this channel so far. He's got 5 in 10, which for a team like Ipswich, that's pretty good. 1 in 2 is perfect for Ipswich. If they had 1 in 2 by the end of the season, he's got 19 goals. That's brilliant. That'll be absolutely brilliant. And if he gets 19 goals, they'll probably stay up. In terms of the assist park, a lot of them have got assists. The only one that has got more than one is Leif Davis, the left back, who I quite like. Leif Davis. I think there's a player there. I actually just want to double check his age before I say anything else. It will load in a second, but I quite liked the look of Leif Davis. I thought there was a quite a decent little player there. I mean, he's 24, turning 25 in about 6 weeks' time. So I think there's a bit of a player there in Leif Davis for left back. They're physical like Villa. Yeah. You know, I've been watching Ipswich. Obviously, McKenna's the manager. There used to be a coach at Spurs. Look, they can get on the ball. They can create. They like to get on the ball as well. Is the key thing here. You know, it's not going to be one of those where they sit back, they have 20% possession, and they try and hit you on the counter. If you give them space, they will get on the ball. They'll create and they'll cause you issues. So that's the other thing as well. Obviously, if we watch yesterday's game, and I always think, you leave the game that you played previously behind you, because I know some people are a little bit upset about the game still. Nothing you can do about it. You have to move on. Living in the past isn't going to help you with Ipswich coming up. But the key thing from that game that I think maybe we could be looking at is the fact that our pressing wasn't good enough in the first half in the Galatasaray game, and it got better in the second half as Galatasaray started to tire a little bit. And the thing with Ipswich, obviously Ipswich having a week off, they're going to be a little fresher than us. It's not a massive long journey, Ipswich from Norfolk to London, so they're going to be quite fresh, and they're going to be scrappy, and they're going to want to make a statement. And this, getting a draw at Spurs is a statement. Getting a win at Spurs is an even bigger statement, especially because you're away from home. So let's not be that team that gives them that opportunity to make a statement. I'm never worried if we do go 1-0 down, but let's maybe for once don't do that. Just quite an edgy idea. Let's not go 1-0 down. Let's go 1-0 up. Crazy. But look, no, I ideally want to look at the idea that we do go in at halftime at least 1 or 2-0 up. If you do that, it just takes the pressure off, doesn't it? Where's my Gareth Bale shirt? My Gareth Bale shirt's still there. You just can't see it. It's still here. But as much as I love Gaz, men's mental health is just a little bit more important at the moment. So that's why November's there, and that's why I'm growing a tash. So that makes sense there. So look, I'm looking forward to the game immensely. When I was looking at this Ipswich Town team, and I'm looking at their last sort of 5 games, you know what I mean? I always look at the last 5 games, all competitions. 2-2 draw with Aston Villa at home, lost 4-1 away to West Ham, lost 2-0 at home to Everton, lost 4-3 away to Brentford, and then drew 1-1 last time out with Leicester. And in the last 2 games, they've had sending offs. Harry Clark sent off against who was that? Let me just double check that. Yeah, Harry Clark was sent off against Brentford, and in the Leicester City game, Calvin Phillips was sent off. So, that's a fall from grace. No, Gonzo, I have no idea who Donna is. As a person, I have no idea. They've been around for a while, but no idea who they are. It's me. You can't see my hands. It's me texting. It's me messaging myself. In terms of Spurs, obviously, look, Vicario back in goal. Destiny's going to be back at left back. Dragic at centre back. Now, there's apparently a chance that Romero may be able to play in this game. He's obviously going off to the international break with Argentina, so he's going to be fit enough to play there. Look, if he, Declan Rice apparently is going to try and play with a broken toe against Chelsea. Can Romero do it with a less severe toe injury? Maybe. But we may need Romero, to be fair. I think yesterday showed how good Romero is. And I said, look, if Dragic can get a good run of games and develop, maybe he can push those 2 ahead of him. Romero really is our best defender. It's plain to see. Especially if they want to press Romero, by all means, press the guy. He will absolutely pick you apart. Not a problem. And so that's why, you don't really see many people press Romero. it's just not worth their time. They're more likely to press a Van der Ven or a Dragic than they would a Romero. So if Romero can be fit and can play, and if Romero can give you 60 minutes, you play Romero for 60 minutes. Simple as that. You get him on, maybe you get him off and get Davies on if you're 2-3-0 up, and you can kind of cruise from there. And then obviously Porro right back. Obviously Spencer still missed some time through injury. Your midfield is an interesting one because Maddison didn't play well yesterday. He didn't. Pape is obviously in a good run of form. He's been really good recently. Bentancur looks like our best midfielder alongside Kulusevski. But Basuma's been fantastic the last few games out, which definitely annoys a few people because Basuma's one of those that as soon as he has one bad game, you're going to get people coming out the woodworks going, I told you he's not very good. It's like they did with Dragic. They ignored the fact that he's had a really good few games, and then they harped on this one game alone. Like everyone else played really well. There was a handful of people at most that played well. So ignore those people that just want to pick people out. But, Ange nicely has a selection issue in the midfield. And I think Bentancur is going to start as the 6. Now, will he go Maddison and will he go Kulusevski? Because you're going to be playing against a midfield that maybe you can get on the ball against a little bit more than you would the Man Cities of the world and the Villas of the world. Or will he go Kulusevski and will he go Pape? I think that's the one. If he's going to do it, he's either going Kulusevski and Pape or Kulusevski and Madders. I think Biss will be on the bench. I think those Kulu starting and Bentancur starting. It's what he does in the other position. Does he go Sarr or does he go Madders? And on that double pivot, are you going to get enough time? Potentially so. And then your front three, I think the front three just picks itself. One, because of injuries, and two, because of form. Son, obviously, not really any other left wingers we have fit at the moment. Werner's been injured, Mikey's been ill, Richie's injured, Odebear's injured. Sonny's kind of we're looking at Sonny and going, mate, I know you're not fit, and I know you're not even remotely fit, and I know you can barely give us 60 minutes because from your injuries. You're going to have to play. Because what people going, I think Son's done. It's like, tell me, if I put you in a football match and you had only had one really working hamstring, how would you play? Would you play up to your best? Probably not. So there we go. Let's give Son that benefit of the doubt, shall we? Also, 6 goal contributions in 7 games in the Premier League. Maybe he's okay. Maybe he's quite good at football. I don't know. Sonny will be starting. Johnson's going to be on the right, and Solanke's through the centre. Richie's obviously out, so Solanke's going to have to play. And I think maybe Ange has looked at Solanke, obviously having played big minutes recently. He was trying to probably get him some rest with Lancashire playing against Galatasaray, but I think Lancashire's going to be on the bench. Mikey hopefully will be back from illness. He's going to be needed. He's going to get half an hour in this game. With obviously, like I said, with obviously Sonny not being 100%, he's going to get half an hour. Kulu might have to feature on the right even. And, then you get Madders and you get Biss and you get all those other guys in midfield that are going to help out. But, we are a little bit down bad in the attacking area of the field. And, it is unfortunate you've got 4 left wingers out injured, one of which is also your striker. It's pretty brutal. Got to be skillful. Got to be physical and skillful. It's key. Correct about Biss. Bloody all correct. Yeah, Biss, Pape, Kulu. You're going to drop Bentancur. Interesting. Put Kulu up front. Keep Kulu in the 10. Keep him in the 10. I think my team, Vic in goal, Destiny at left back, right back Porro. I think centre backs, it'll be Davies and Dragic unless Romero can go. And then you're playing Dragic and Romero. Midfield 3, I'm going to put Bentancur. I'm going to put Pape and I'm going to put Kulu. And then your front 3 will be Sonny, Solanke and Johnson. That's my team. Obviously, you let me know what your team is. You tell me if I'm wrong. You say, Andy, you're an idiot. Desi Dog is playing right wing. And I'll be like, ooh, bold. I like it, but it's bold. If I'm going to go with a scoreline, I'm going to go 3-0 Spurs. I've got some confidence in this game. I just think it's one of those games where when Spurs lose a game, at the moment, they seem to bounce back. And I think this will be another bounce back game. Obviously, midweek, yesterday's game was yesterday's game. We're going to ignore that now, move into this game. I think 3-0. Ipswich concede. They concede, and Spurs score goals. We're the top goal scorers in the Premier League. You wouldn't think so. Sometimes listening to some other people, but we are the top goal scorers in the Premier League. So as they've conceded 21 this season and we scored 22, you're going to expect Spurs to score at least 2. But I think we get Spurs. Get Spurs 3. It might be 3-1 because Ipswich do score goals, but I think 3-0 is what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go for the clean sheet. My goal scorers. I'm going to go Kulu. Johnson, and Solanke. Going to go one each for those boys. One each for one of those boys. And then you move into the table. If we after 11 games, when you look at it, Spurs would have played 11, won 6, drawn 1, lost 4. And if I'm right with a 3-0, would have scored 25 goals in those 11 games whilst conceding 11. That's pretty damn good in my opinion. As a goal difference of plus 14. You never know. Spurs could be into the top 4 by the end of the weekend. Chelsea play Arsenal. Villa play Liverpool. Yeah. I think yeah. So Arsenal and Chelsea, who are 4th and 5th, play one another. So one of them's dropping points, if not both. And if one of them... Well, we won't be in 4th, will we? No, we won't be in 4th. We won't be in 4th. Will we be in 4th? We might be even 3rd. Actually, hang on. We might be 3rd. Apologies. Scratch that. It's like being in court. Scratch that from the record. We could be in 3rd by the end of the weekend if results go our way. Obviously, Forest at the moment. Shout out Nottingham Forest to be in 3rd at the moment. That's incredible. Nuno's done an incredible job there. Obviously, Chelsea and Arsenal are going to be dropping points. Liverpool at home to Villa. You expect Liverpool to win that game. So Spurs should leapfrog at least one team, if not. Spurs should leapfrog 2 teams with a win, if not even more. So that's quite exciting. Spurs should be in the European spots, higher up at least, by the end of the weekend. I like your team, but I like Ange's better. But you're both gold. Wow, that's fair enough. I think 3-1. Dom, Solanke and Jono. I like it. Should we worry about the waveform? We're playing at home, so I'm not worried about the waveform in this game. Agree, team selection. 4-1 Spurs. Solanke hat-trick. Ooh, nice. Solanke to Son and Johnson. I like it, adventurous. Scorers, everyone bar Vic. Ooh, good. Good to share it out. It feels a bit rude on Vic though, Gonzo. So hopefully you're gonna have to get a game where Vic's gonna take a penalty or something. All right. Gonna take my partner for op. Well, look, Polly. Hopefully the op goes all safe and sound, and look forward to hearing that it's all good on the back end. We can be between 3rd and 12th. Yeah, but we're gonna win, mate. So it doesn't really matter. Screw the teams behind us. Forest, Arsenal, Chelsea, Villa. Like I said, if Forest were to lose, Villa to lose, and the other 2 teams draw, Spurs will be 3rd at the end of the weekend if we win. That's not half bad. I know people don't want to hear that, but that's not half bad. So look, I'm looking forward to the game immensely. It's I love doing previews of teams that I never have done. It's always really exciting. Hopefully, you guys obviously like those sort of previews. Obviously, if you're watching this and we're not live, get your score lines down below, get your goal scorers, your team, whoever you think is going to be in there. I'm interested to see what you guys think. I think for the most part, we agree about the back 4 if Romero can play. Obviously, the attacking 3, I think everyone's going to agree on the attacking 3. The midfield 3 is the interesting one. I think we can all agree Kulu starting. But I think the 2 other midfielders is where everyone's going to have a few questions. Because Basuma did play very well against Galatasaray, but Bentancur looked really lively and he looked up for it when he came on. So I just think Bentancur starts because of obviously fresher legs. And then what happens in the 8 to 10 role? Does he go double pivot with Maddison or does he go Pape? Because Pape's been fantastic the last few games. I'm interested to see what you guys think, obviously, on that. My bad that it's 5-0. Son hat-trick. Yeah, Jazz, come on. When we're next away... hang on. Let me just double check. I think I know what the next away game is. Man City away. Yeah, after the international break, you Jazz, come in here and we'll talk about the away form, all right? Because it's Man City away. Actually, don't, because we're actually not that bad against Man City away. Who's after that? Bournemouth away, 5th of December. We'll definitely talk about it there, if not, all right? We can win 1-0, just no more injuries, please. Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice not to have an injury. Really, really nice. But you know what? It'd be nice going to the international break on a win. That's what I'm going to go with. Go into the international break with a win. So I and you, for the next 2 weeks or whatever it is, don't sit there miserable thinking about the fact that we lost or we drew the game before the international break, because Spurs before the international break seem to not ever want to win a game. So hopefully this is the breaking of that curse. We win this game, we go into the international break, everyone's feeling positive, everyone's feeling happy, and then we deal with the big boys, Etihad, on the, let me check it, the 23rd of November. So 15 days time, Man City away. Gonzo's going to tell you you're going to win 5-0. Bold statement there, but we're going to deal with them when we get to them. But yeah, let me know your score lines down below. Why was everyone so negative yesterday? We're Spurs. That's what we do. And yes, let me know everything down below, your thoughts, fears about the game. Obviously, we'll do last minute thoughts Sunday morning about the game as well. So, you know, if you miss this and you feel like you still want to chat about it, I'll be there Sunday to chat about it. Enjoy the rest of your days, everyone. Enjoy your evenings, mornings, afternoons, wherever you are in the world. Look after yourselves, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, everyone. Peace.